أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. Class 11 Physics. We were discussing projectile motion. We have completed our topic projectile motion. Now let us discuss another topic, vectors. What are vectors? We know that scalar quantity. What is a scalar quantity? The quantity in which only magnitude is given, but there is no direction involved in it. It is called scalar quantity. For example, we can take mass, volume, length. These are scalar quantities. Distance, in which no direction is given. The quantity in which only magnitude is given but no direction is called scalar quantity. Same vector quantity. Vector quantity is same opposite to it. The quantity in which both magnitude as well as direction is called vector quantity. For example, you take force, displacement, acceleration, etc. These are vector quantity. We can give example to this. For example, Tragam is 9 kilometers away from Kupwara. It is a scalar quantity. Tragam is 9 kilometers away from Kupwara, in which this magnitude is given 9 kilometers. But I can give the same example here in case of vector. Tragam is 9 kilometers away from Kupwara towards west. I have used here direction towards west. It is only magnitude. If an unknown person reaches Kupwara, he can't, by giving this kilo to him, he cannot find the way where I have to go. If an unknown person reaches Kupwara, by giving such a kilo to him, Tragam is 9 kilometers away from Kupwara towards west, he can take his way. He can make his way. Okay. Just scalar and a vector. We know the vector quantities in which the both magnitude and direction is given. What is the graphic? We can show graphical representation of vectors. We can show vectors like this. It is a tail of a vector and it is a head of a vector. Head of a vector is called a tail. In this we can show graphically. Graphically, a vector is represented by a directed line segment with arrowhead, and one end is tail. We can show this. A B, like this A B vector, or we can name it only P vector or Q vector. With this vector is shown. It is a graphical representation of a vector. Vectors are shown like this, with this arrowhead. Okay, we must know the graphical representation of vector. Types of vector. Vectors are divided into two categories. Main categories. Those are polar vectors, and number 7 is axial vectors. What are polar vectors? Like above, a vector quantity whose direction is along the direction of the motion of the body, like this. If the body is moving like in this direction, if it is moving, if the vector is along the same direction, we can say it is a polar vector. along the direction of a body is known as a polar, e.g. displacement, velocity, linear momentum. These are the polar vectors. When the body move along the direction of the straight line motion. These are the polar vectors. The body is moving from this point to this and going ahead along the direction. It can change like that in this also. It is also a polar vector. Then it can go like this. It is a polar vector. The direction is going there, going there, going. So the direction is same. It is a polar vector. If the body, if the body moves along at the axis of rotation like this. If the body is moving like this along the axis of rotation, it is the axis of rotation. Axis of rotation. It changes. It changes the direction. It changes its direction after every moment. After every moment, such vectors are called axial vectors. The example of these axial vectors are angular velocity, angular velocity, angular momentum, angular momentum, angular velocity, torque. These are the axial vectors. Inshallah, thanks. Let's do more in our next topic.